Today, I want to focus on the power of words. And you guys know every now instead of a New Year's resolution, people are choosing like a New Year's word. So I want to suggest that today in this practice, we choose a new day word, that we leave this practice today 1 hour from now with a word in mind to guide our day. And I'm going to give you a lot of just single words to choose from. So I'm going to be cueing you into poses and then just giving you time to be in that pose and stretch and feel with just one word to reflect on. And, this kind of comes from this practice of yoga therapy. What I'd like to ask you to do is embody this word, whatever this word is. And then maybe through the course of this practice, you'll grab a word and take it with you throughout the rest of your day that feels helpful to you. Okay? Good morning, Tiffany. And I actually have a real live student with me this morning. My friend Megan is here doing yoga, and I haven't had a live student for a long time, so super excited. So folks, let's start this practice in child's pose. This is the first place you might want that folded up towel underneath you, under your knees. And just take your knees out wide enough that you feel comfortable resting here. Just take this moment to settle, to just come onto your mat and into your breath. And just notice your body here. It might be showing up with some aches and pains, some soreness, tiredness, whatever. Just feel what your body feels as you first come to this place. And then start to take deeper breaths. And see if you can feel breath moving into your back, into your hips. Walk your hands to the right edge of your mat and your hips to the left edge of your mat. And just put one of your hands on top of the other and start to feel that stretch away. Hips pulling away from hands. And the first word that I want to offer you this morning is the word space. Space. How does that feel to you in your body in this shape? The word space. Take your hands to the left, your hips to the right. Move breath a little deeper into your back, into your body, and again, the word space. Bring yourself up in the center. Find a tabletop position, so keeping that padding under your knees. Hands come right under the shoulders. Let's start to move through cat and cow. Inhale to stretch the front of your body and exhale to stretch the back. And as you move through these two positions, close your eyes and feel the word flow. Flow. And pause here in cat pose with your chin to your chest and your shoulder blades open. Come way up on your fingertips. Let your hips come back just a little. And feel that opening, that space around your armpits, your shoulders, your upper back. Breathe here. And Releasing that, hands come flat to the mat, tuck your toes, lift into downward facing dog. And let's take some time here to settle, to move in. Spread your fingers wide to protect your wrists. Hug your shoulder blades onto your back and maybe down towards your back pockets. Pedal your heels. And let's take a slow walk to the top of our mat. We'll come into forward fold and we're starting to find our hamstrings. So begin with knees slightly bent and head hanging down. You might wrap your arms around your legs, give yourself a hug here. Notice when you bend and when you straighten what you feel. As you feel a little extra blood flow to your brain. The word here, clear, clear. And then release your hands to the floor, put a bend in your knees. Hands to shins now, lengthen through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath in, maybe straighten the legs a little bit more, and then exhale into a deeper bend, forward fold. Do that 2 more times, friends. Press to lengthen. Good. Exhale to fold. Lengthen and fold. And then with a bend in your knees, scoop your arms all the way up, extended mountain. Press through your feet, look up. You can see the ceiling or the sky. In my case, it's a beautiful day. As you exhale, let your arms float down to your sides. You're going to interlace the hands behind you, open up through your chest. Maybe step a little wider, and on your exhale, fold forward here in this chest expansion. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. And let's move like that with breath. So we're going to bend our knees and scoop the arms all the way up and back. Little back bend. We're going to open our arms down and behind. And when they find each other, we hinge from the hips and fold. With a big exhale. As you move through this sequence, the word here is expansion. Expansion. Can you embody that word? We're going to keep going, so feel free to pause anywhere you like in that sequence if there's something that feels extra good. Expansion. I think we should all do about 5 of these every morning, right when we wake up, standing by our beds. Just greet the day. One more time, one big expansion flow. We'll pause here in this forward fold, knuckles high, head low, and just see if anything's loosening up. With that bend back in the knees, bring your feet a little closer together. Sweep your arms up overhead and grab one wrist, stretching over the side. Let's find the side body. As you're here, the word is open. Open. Switching sides, come up and over. If you feel any sharp pain, you can bring one hand to your hip to support your back. Looks good. I'm going to work through a couple of sun salutations now and just start to build heat. So on your exhale, fold forward. Press your hands to your shins, lift halfway. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, shifting forward, and you can drop your knees or stay on your toes. Spin the elbows, lower halfway down, chaturanga. And then lower to your belly, rise up in a back bend, cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. And pause here to pedal through your heels for a couple of breaths. Looking forward, step or hop your feet to the top of the mat, lift halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach, find a tiny back bend, and draw your hands to your heart, exhale. We'll go again, arms reach high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shift into plank pose, knees or toes, lower halfway, chaturanga. Rise to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back, down dog. Pedal your heels. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Looking forward, come to the top of your mat, lift halfway, and fold. Maybe grab the back of your heels, give a little extra pull. Arms reach high, back bend. Hands come to heart as you exhale. We'll go one more sun A. Inhale, lift. The word now is ease. Ease, forward fold. Half lift. Down dog. Take your vinyasa, knees or toes, your choice. A little more, a little less. Always your practice. Pause for a couple of breaths here. And then find the top of your mat. Press halfway up. And exhale, take a hold of your heels, pull a little deeper stretch. And keeping a hold of the back of your legs, bend your knees deeply to feel your belly on your legs, and then straighten your legs just so that you feel a little deeper stretch. You do that a couple more times. And then bending those knees, let's reach the arms high, extended mountain. Up here, cactus your arms, just come into a little bit more of a chest opening back bend. Pause here. Feel your heart lifting forward, your shoulder blades squeezing back, fingertips come to the back of your head. Lift your chin, lean back into your hands. Can all use a little more of this if we've been doing a lot of sitting. Good. And then just release your hands to your sides, but try to keep that chest open, spine tall. We're going to bring our right foot forward, our left foot back, and let's come into our first warrior on a Warrior Wednesday. This is Warrior 1. So we'll bring the arms high. Pressing out through the outer edge of your back foot so the back leg is super strong. Chest is lifted. We're going to flow with this warrior. So on your inhale, thumbs press back. On your exhale, sweep forward and lift your pinkies toward the sky behind you as high as you can. Let your head drop. Start to move with breath. Exaggerate this movement. In fact, let's make that the word for this flow. Exaggerated. Bigger. Keep your head down this time. Let your hands fall to the floor. Step the back foot to meet the front and switch. Right foot steps back, toes turn out, rise up, warrior one. Moving with breath. Exhale, fingertips lift high behind you, head down. How big can you make this movement around you? Exaggerate. We're starting to move into our hips. Building heat there, hands to the ground. Step the back foot to meet the front foot. And we'll switch again. Left foot steps back, turn the toes out. Rise up, warrior one. Awesome. So this time, interlace your fingers. We're going back behind the head again. Press the head into the hands. And we'll take our first real look at left hip flexors. We're going to make our way all the way around our hips today, 360 degrees. We'll start in the front. Deep breath here. And we'll exhale. Fingertips high, come on to your back toes. So take a second to find your balance here. Lunge position, moving us a little more into that hip flexor. On the exhale, lower the fingertips down to the ground. Stay here for a moment in low lunge. Hips lifted, knee lifted. Deep breaths. And then let's lower that back knee to the ground. So you should already start to feel like that hip flexor is coming to the party. Exhale to pull your hips back. Just a little release in that left hip flexor. And then as you shift forward, go a little deeper. Pull back with an inhale. Shift forward with an exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. This is a huge and pretty stubborn muscle inside of the hips. You need to give it some time and be patient with it. Go ahead and hold your kneeling lunge forward. And we'll use that word here, patience. Patience. Staying on the knee, let's bring the left hand to the floor. Here's a great place for a block. We'll reach the right arm forward, up, and around behind us. So the right hand is reaching back toward the back edge of the mat in a twist. If you'd like, you can pick up that foot and find the ankle with your fingers. It's a pretty big quad stretch. Patience. And we'll release whatever twist you have found. Bring your hand to the mat inside your right foot and go ahead and heel toe that foot back around. So now we have a couple of choices. You can pause here in child's pose. You can lift up into down dog or take a vinyasa. Whatever transition feels best to your body right here, right now. And let's all meet in downward facing dog. And we will bring our left foot forward, top of the mat. Let's drop the back heel and find our warrior one. You might notice a big difference, left hip to right hip already. Nice, let's even that out. So fingertips interlace, hands behind the head, press, open up. Find an exaggerated breath through the front of your body. Starting to find that right hip flexor. Fingers lift to the sky or ceiling. Come onto your back toes. Sink a little bit into this high lunge. Nice. Beautiful. Lower your hands to the earth. Keep your toes tucked under for a moment longer. Length. Think of pulling your rib cage forward away from your hips. You can put a little bit more of that space in your torso. And then go ahead and drop the back knee onto the mat, padding if you like. Here, flexors, let's start our movement forward and back. Inhale to shift your hips back, and then just exhale into your hip stretch. And let's hold our hips forward, getting a really good look at the front of the right hip. You can close your eyes. The word is patience. Patience. Place our right hand on the floor or a block, left arm forward. Bring that left arm up and around toward the back of your mat. You can just stay just like that. If your back knee is feeling okay and your quads are ready, pick up the foot. Find the foot with the hand. That works really well if you have long arms. Good, and as we release, the hand comes back inside the left foot. Bring that left foot back. You can settle again into child's pose, come up to down dog, or take a vinyasa. Your choice of the way we transition between things. Beautiful, everybody. Let's meet in downward facing dog whenever you're ready. No rush. So moving now into some other areas of the hips. Let's take the right leg up high. Wiggle your toes. You're going to start to feel your glutes here. And as you exhale, step that foot between your thumbs. Drop your back heels, rise up, warrior one. We'll go right through one and out into two. So taking a little wider stance in your warrior two. And here, just a couple times, straighten and bend that front knee. So someday, if you do enough yoga, you'll be able to just set your coffee right here on your thigh and just have a sip of coffee whenever you want. Good. So now drop your back fingers, lift your front arm, reverse warrior. Take a big sip of air here into the side of your body. On the exhale, come over, settle, right elbow on top of right thigh, left arm either straight up or overhead. Maybe explore both and see where you want to place that arm. Since we're heading for hips now, option to bring your fingers inside that front foot and really feeling that deep pinch in your right hip. Ooh la la. Really great, everybody. Swing the arm around, down by your side. Turn your body to face that front foot, and we'll step the back foot in into pyramid pose. So the back foot's a little closer. The spine lengthens, and we just fold right over that right leg. Forehead toward the shin. Notice right glute, right hamstring. Cross that right hip back just a little bit. And breathe into that space. Lengthen through the crown of your head. want you all to know that this is Megan's fault. She asked us to do more hips today. So we're going to lift our back foot off the ground, come into a 3-point balance. And we're paying attention to this right hip as we bring the right hand to the sacrum. We start to roll our heart open to the right, twisting half moon. You can stay here or lift your arm and just let that right hip both open and work at the same time. And then as we release, our fingers come back to a low lunge. Now the treat for that, you get to come to center and hang out for a bit. So your feet are wide, head is down, and you're welcome to move in any way you want here. You're welcome to just hang out, hold ankles, or move your legs. The word here is release. Release. Breath in and breath out. Release. We'll start to turn toward our left foot or the back edge of our mat. Warrior series. Turn the back foot open, rise up, warrior one. Come right through one and open out into two. And just straighten and bend that front knee. These warrior poses are designed more for stability than for flexibility. So feel that. Feel the strength here. And inhale to reverse warrior. Good. Beautiful. Feel your feet pressing into the earth and the muscles of your legs just hugging onto your bones, giving you space here to open the torso, shoulder, the chest. Room for breath. Come into your side angle, elbow to thigh, fingers straight up or over. Stability. Option to lower those fingers to the floor if you want a little more pinch or sensation in your left hip, since that's where we're headed. Let's bring blood flow there now. Good. Bring your arm around in a great big arc to the floor. Turn. And let's come into pyramid. So the back foot slides forward, a little narrow stance. Lengthen and then fold over your left leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forehead to shin. Left hip presses back. Release. The word is release. As we come up halfway, we'll put all of our fingertips out in front of our foot. Lift the back leg. This is a 3-point balance, and it's fine to stay right here. If you'd like to take the twist, left hand to the low back. Chest opens to the left, arm down or up. And it's like you're putting a footprint on the wall behind you. So really reach that foot back. Spin the arm open. Breathe. And release, come back to center, wide straddle, and another little round of playtime. You can bend and straighten or just hold this wide straddle. The word is release. Let's bring ourselves around again to the front of our mat, stepping into downward facing dog, another option for vinyasa if you like. And when you've completed that, we're going to meet lying down on our bellies. Here on the ground, let your arms come to your sides and we'll lift up into locust. So in locust, the arms lift first, palms turn down. You can stay just like that. If you'd like to go a little further, you can reach your hands toward each other behind you, feet up or down, your choice. Feeling strength in the back, feeling breath. Body, front body open. Lift a little higher. And then exhale, allow one of your cheeks to turn to the mat. Wiggle out your hips, just rest for a moment. We're going to do one of my favorite chest openers. So take your arms out to the sides in a T. Bend your left knee and then roll your hips so that your toes touch behind you to the earth. So you're kind of stretching your right front shoulder, your right chest. Draw your breath down into the front of that shoulder. And switch when you're ready. You're welcome to stay there a little longer if that was feeling pretty juicy and nice. Onto the left shoulder. Just let your body weight do the work. You can use this top hand for balance or even to press a little farther. And as we roll our way back to center, and bring your hands to your shoulders, press up to your knees, and back to child's pose. Before we make our way into the relaxing part of our class, let's just do 2 more little vinyasa, just to keep our bodies warm, shifting forward, lower down, lift up, and press back. Feel that flow, that ease, forward and down, up and back. And here in child's pose, let's find the back of the shoulder so the knees come out a little bit wider. We'll thread the needle. One arm presses under the other, the ear to the ground, and now that breath comes into the back of the shoulders. Exaggerate the breath. Fill up even more, empty even more. Good, and slowly switch sides. And on to the back of the opposite shoulder now. A few deep breaths. And we'll find our way back to center. Take your legs out in front of you. You can sit sideways if you want to use your mat. Awesome. All right, we're going to move into a couple of seated postures here. So we're going to start with Dandasana, which is seated staff pose for my legs. So toes pull back, clear the flesh out from underneath you, sit as tall as you can. And then use the hip flexor to draw the right knee up in close to your chest. Right knee comes in. Now hug that knee in as close as you can. Sit with a tall spine. And we're moving into a twist around the right leg. So you can hold with your hand or you can hug with your elbow. Some of you may want to bring elbow to the outside of the knee. You can use your back hand like a second spine on your fingertips or your hand. But sit tall and then twist a little deeper. You might even grab the flesh of your belly and pull your belly to the outside toward the right. Give yourself a little more room for a twist. And return to center. Let that knee drop open. Arms reach high and we'll fold over that extended leg. Take a deep breath in, move from your hips. Let your hands be wherever they are. You might use a strap or hands to the ankle or feet. The word here is open. Open. Can you embody that word? What does it feel like for you to be open? And bring yourself back upright. Cross this foot over the opposite foot and we'll come into a seated figure four. We'll get a little deeper into that outer hip. Glute piriformis, so figure four. There you go. Your favorite. Chest lifted, spine tall. Deep breath. Right here. Right now, open. As we take that foot off and extend our leg, now we're ready to just twist around the left side. So hug that left knee in close. You can hold with your hand, sit tall, and begin the rotation to the left side. Move your belly. Let these breaths help you be taller and open. Let's return to center. Let the knee drop open for a one-legged forward fold. Reach tall. And from your hips, move over your leg. Let a long exhale go. Open. Embody. Open. And coming back to center for the figure four stretch. So just bringing your left foot on top of your right thigh. You can lean back into your hands. The closer your torso is to your legs, the more you'll feel this in your hip. You can press that knee away to get a little more piriformis stretch. Fill your body with breath. And deep breath out. We'll release this. Let's take the legs out in front of us and just give them a little shake, a little pound on the earth like you're getting a mini massage. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and roll down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. You deserve it. Well-deserved hug. And you're welcome to stay here and just move around on your back, or if you enjoy Happy Baby, take one knee in each hand, move your knees out wide and pull your knees down by your rib cage. You can put footprints on the ceiling and pull down on your ankles or your feet. Just explore there. Tailbone reaches toward the earth. You can bend one knee and straighten the other. Just find your hips. Word here is playful. You embody playful in the shape or the pose of a happy baby. And releasing feet to the floor, let's come up into bridge pose. So fingers close to the heels. We'll start by just raising the tailbone and the glutes coming onto the backs of our shoulders. You can keep your arms resting or interlace. Some of you might want to place a block under your hips and be in a more restorative version of this pose. As you breathe here, feel your feet pressing into earth, your body moving towards the tops of your shoulders. In this pose, the word compassion. You embody the word compassion. One more deep breath here, heart pushing forward. And on the exhale, release yourself to the earth. And we'll finish here with a twist to each side. So the arms open out into a T, scoot your hips to the right. And you can either stack your knees or cross one leg over the other if you want a little more of a stretch around the outer hip in this twist. Bottom leg can extend. Find your twist. Head turns to the right. Let gravity start to take over here as we approach the end of our practice. Take your time in a transition from one side to the other. We have time, so no rush. The space between is as important as the pose. And you just turn your head to the left to complete that twist for the whole spine. Invite breath all the way down into your hips, your lower back. Notice how a full exhale allows you to settle even more into this shape. As we unwind and come back toward the center, take a moment to do any other stretch or movement that your body needs as we begin to make our way into final rest. Your body knows what it needs, and maybe it's an extra minute in Shavasana. Maybe it's an inversion. Maybe there's one more stretch we didn't get to. And then just take a few breaths, finding your way into Shavasana, final rest. The most important of all of our postures. Everything we've done in this whole practice has brought us to this. Sometimes our minds are busy and our bodies are restless, and it takes a lot of twisting and folding and bending in order to allow a body to relax. You might notice this is unfamiliar territory, this being still and doing nothing. Try to keep your attention on your breath and the way breath moves in your body, knowing that this posture is medicine. It's therapy for an anxious or worried soul. Be here now. Give yourself this gift. As you continue to rest, I'd like to offer you a few more words to embody. Embody the word peace. Embody the word love. Embody the word kindness. Embody the word vitality. Embody the word connection. Embody the word unity. Embody the word joy. Take a deep breath with a long exhale. And when you feel ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to ease yourself from where you are now, around to one side, and eventually back to a seat. And I invite you to end this practice like this, bringing your hands over your chest, your heart. Feel your heartbeat for another moment here in this quiet place. And as you sit here with eyes closed, is there one word that stands out for you as a word you would like to embody for the rest of today? We'll bring our hands together in front of our chest, which is just a gesture of gratitude for ourselves and for each other. May we leave today just remembering the power of our words, the power of the input, the words we allow in, and the power of the output, what we put out into the world. Thanks for being here this morning. You're all so beautiful, and it's always just such an honor to just share time with you in this way. Namaste.